Hi, everybody. Welcome to the training camp wrap-up show presented by UPMC Health Plan. I'm Missi Matthews, upstairs with Craig Wolfley here at St. Vincent College. The Steelers' final practice before their off day has concluded. The pads go on Tuesday, but there was a roster move made today. The Steelers signed inside linebacker Kwon Alexander, and Wolf, he's kind enough down on the practice fields to join us live. Kwon, just take us through the process. When did you first hear from the Steelers, and what was your first day like?
I heard from the Steelers a couple months ago. We started talking, talking ball and stuff like that. Then they contacted me a couple days ago, to get me out here, and I was ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to rock out here with the players and with all the coaches, man. It's a legendary environment.
Kwon, I got to ask you something, buddy. Your reputation is preceding you. You're a hitter. You're one of those downhill bangers. They brought you into camp. How fast did it come together from the time that you really connected to the time that you set foot here in camp? It seemed like it happened real quick.
Oh, yeah, we connected real quick, man. Just trying to get used to everything, get used to all the terminologies and stuff. I've been out here in practice, getting the reps out there in practice, making everything a lot better. So I'm just happy to be here.
Kwon, can you move your mic a little bit closer to your mouth? We just want to make sure all the fans watching can hear you. Thanks so much.
Yep.
And
can you
that's
hear me now?
Yep, so much better. We really
Okay.
appreciate that. Just take me through a lot of teamwork today for you. I saw you talking to inside linebackers coach Aaron Curry. What has it been like trying to jump on a moving train? One of the phrases we hear from Coach Tomlin a lot.
Oh, man, it's smooth. You just got to get to work, When I step foot in, I got straight to work, try to learn the playbook as fast as I can, But like I said, getting on reps at practice made it a lot better and a lot easier. So I'm just ready to put the pads on there and get the hit.
You got the issue of terminology. How close to the terminology from the Jets to the Steelers, how close is that for you? Because I know that in different places, sometimes it can create that sort of paralysis by analysis. How much do you think that's going to be a problem for you?
It's not going to be a problem, man. I'm a smart guy. I can pick up things a lot quickly. I'm year 9, so most of the stuff is kind of the same, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Just learning the new words, like the terminologies are very different. But once you pick those up, it'll be easy from there.
What have the Steelers told you about what they expect your role to be with this team, especially knowing that the pads go on Tuesday?
They just told me to go out here and be myself, man. Just go out here and make plays, have energy, and show out. And that's what I'm going to go out here and do.
Kwon, have you heard anything from your former teammate with the Jets, and that would have been Nate Herbig? Is it more familiar for you to come here and have a former teammate with you and now a present teammate with you?
Oh, yeah, man. I've been talking to him a lot. I got a couple teammates that came over here from the Jets, so we all been talking, man. We love it here, and we're ready to get the rolling.
Tomorrow is an off day for the players. What are you going to do to try to catch up, or do you need to just take a minute after all the travel and getting thrown into your first practice?
Yeah, I can't take no minute off right now. I'm trying to catch up fast as I can, so I'll be in that playbook with the coach. I'm trying to learn it fast as I can.
Last for me, Kwon, I just wanted to ask you, how close to hitability are you right now? I mean, I was down there on the field by the guys, and, you could feel the vibe. All the guys are ready to go when they roll out the pads on Tuesday. How about you?
Man, I'm always ready. I wish we had them on today. For real.
All right, Kwon, we really appreciate your time. Thanks so much. Welcome to Pittsburgh and St. Vincent College in Latrobe. You'll get a chance to check out the Steelers facility a little bit later this summer. Thanks so much.
Man, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, as we said, this was the final day without pads. Tomorrow is an off day for the Steelers. The pads go on Tuesday. Wolf, you were just talking about that energy.
Yes.
You kind of felt it yesterday from the defense, and today I think it's everybody knows what's to come.
There's no question. It's almost like it's something you can taste in the air, And I'm down there, and the young Bucks, you can feel it, the way they step, the way they walk, the way the look in their eye. There's that gleam of they know what's coming. It's right around the corner, and it's almost like the dog getting not just the bone but the whole steak, and it's out there for them, and you can just feel that vibe. So I'm excited. I think we're close to getting ready to put, the crunch time to be really crunch time, and I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys can do.
Could you taste it in the air?
I can always taste it in the air, Missy.
I kind of set you up for that one.
Well, grilling is what I do.
All right, let's go through some notes from practice today. There were some vets days off, some guys getting some time to get some extra rest for their bodies, being TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Isaac Seumalo, and also Pat Peterson. So not surprising that those guys would get that, knowing that the pads go on Tuesday. What did you see from some of the younger guys who had a chance to step into their roles?
You know, we're seeing a bunch of the young guys really kind of step forward. I'm seeing some things. If I want to go down the list, William Dunkel is doing some very fine things. You know, the young man has acquitted himself well in the first few days of no pads. Now, again, it's no pads, so you take that with a grain of salt. But the young man has dropped weight, and once he gets in the defender into his frame, he's got a little bit of that mean and nasty, and things I look forward to when he puts the pads on. Of course, you look at Broderick Jones, another exciting guy to come aboard, and the things that he's going to be capable of doing. Look forward to seeing what he can do. Dan Moore flipping from left to right and so forth. This battle is going to be all on. I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, how about Calvin Austin coming back, making some good catches when the first day, and you can only imagine his anticipation having the whole offseason with the foot injury to come back and then want to make and show that he can make these catches. And it was a little bit rigid. He juggled the ball a couple times. Well, the next day he comes back and he hurdles that hump and makes a couple of great catches. And that's what you want to see. Some of the young people striding forward. And I think we got a lot more to be seen. Darnell Washington, my gosh, you put him out there with Connor Hayward. It's like Mutt and Jeff. You know, he goes there, and all the linebackers and safeties are looking at Darnell, or Mount Washington, as Myron would call it. And Connor is able to work some inside magic there. So there's just a lot of good stuff flowing that you want to see more of.
And Darnell Washington is definitely one of those guys that you want to see in pads after everything you heard as soon as the Steelers drafted him out of Georgia.
Unquestionably so. I mean, to see somebody that monstrously big with that ability with his – I mean, to watch him hurdle the defensive back. Long guys don't hurdle. I mean, they just don't hurdle. You don't see 6'8" guys hurdle, but you saw him hurdle, and that was interesting because you've got to have a degree of athleticism, and to watch him run a seam route and catch the ball on the fly, he looks very comfortable doing it. So when the pads come on, we start to see where the physicality and the blocking go. It'll be interesting to see what happens then.
All right, just a few injury notes. DeMarvin Leal was back out there today. He left early yesterday with some difficulty breathing. DeMonte KZ, though, he said to the media that he's week to week but doesn't think it's too significant. He's dealing with an ankle injury. Alonzo Graham also did not practice today with that shoulder injury. So those are guys we'll have to, keep our eye on as they move through the off day. Hopefully everyone starts to get healthier, and we'll go from there. But 7 shots we haven't talked about yet. But Kenny Pickett started things off. He was 3 for 4. The first pass was incomplete to Pat Freiermuth, but then 3 straight touchdowns. George Pickens, Zach Gentry got it first, then Pat Freiermuth. Mason Rudolph got second team reps. We didn't see a lot of Mitch Trubisky today, especially in team, giving Mason some opportunities. And even rookie Tanner Morgan, we saw him take some snaps. Different than Chris Oladokun last year, who really never saw a snap.
Yes.
But Mason Rudolph not the best performance and best day, I guess you could say. He was 0 for 3 in 7 shots, throwing a pick to number 41, Kenny Robinson, and then later in a team drill also threw an interception to him as well.
Exactly so. But the one good thing that we're seeing out of all the quarterbacks, they're going long ball. We're seeing some down the field
explosiveness.
Action. Thank you. Yes, you're exactly on, Missy. And the truth of the matter is, this is, if you go back to the official stats, down the middle of the field for Kenny was 7 of 11 for 163 yards, 3 TDs last year, and you want to see that grow. I mean, there's so much talent there. I look forward to it. And him being through, 3 in a row in the red zone, he had some lower red zone numbers. You know that's going to climb. I got a lot of confidence in that young Pickett is going to be climbing the ladder here and doing the right thing and becoming that competent, great quarterback that he can be.
All right, if you missed it on our wrap-up show, Monty Pottenbaum, the Steelers fullback, decided to retire today, so he went on the retire reserve list. Kind of a surprise, but as you were telling us prior to jumping on the show, this used to happen all the time.
Well, back in the 80s and 90s in a Chuck Dole training camp when things were not quite so comfy, I will tell you that there was more than a morning that you'd come down to breakfast and look around in your offensive line meeting room or whatever meeting room, and you look around and go, wow, we're down a couple. And then here you find nothing nefarious. Guys just decided that they wanted to cut themselves in the middle of the night. So, be what it is. This is not the life for everybody. It's still a tough life, and you've got to be all in. You cannot be halfway minded when you come into training camp. It's all or nothing.
All right. Well, Kenny Pickett proved today that he cannot just throw the ball. He also can kick it, giving fans at St. Vincent College quite the the laugh, maybe. I think they were impressed. They celebrated. It was one of those things where everyone's like, wait, what? Was that Kenny? But there you see some photos from the Steelers' Twitter account kicking it with Kenny. And, Wolf, what was your estimated yardage there?
Well, I believe it was 17 yards, so 27 overall, and it's all fun and games until somebody pulls a hammy, right? If we got, is that the Boz?
That's the Boz.
That's the Boz. If he pulled a Lucy, Charlie Brown Lucy on him, could be bad news, right?
Well, luckily he didn't do that. That was during warm-up, so Kenny was able to get through practice and all as well. So make sure, the photos are great, though.
Oh, they are. And I think everybody, those are the moments that kind of chill everybody. It's kind of like, okay, you see somebody doing something like that. It takes me back to Three Rivers post-practice one time when Tunch Ilkin challenged me to a kicking contest after, and I banged one through from the 2-yard line. Well, he beat me. He got the 12. But, that's because he's Turkish, and they played soccer over there. So he beat me on that one.
Unfair advantage.
Yes,
I go back to Marquise Pouncey and the offensive lineman, throwing the ball to hit the goalpost. And
right.
The one time, hey, he got rid of practice. Coach Tomlin said if he makes it, we're done, and he made it.
Oh, I must have missed that one because that would have been spectacular. Man, that's why that guy's going to be a Hall of Famer.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining me, and thanks to everybody at home. This has been the Training Camp Wrap-Up Show presented by the UPMC Health Plan and Missi Matthews. Tomorrow is a day off. We'll be back here on Tuesday when the pads go on. We hope you join us then.